I will tell you one thing and one thing only, folks. The facts are the freaking facts. Oh, we get so tired. Mm. So tired of speaking the facts. I think it's rather amazing that you got these super simps like a Mary Brown out there defending black female stupidity. I can't even call it fuckery anymore. It's just stupidity. But black mothers are getting their kids taken. No, they're not. It takes an act of God, even though black women and black mothers are usually the most negative on every stat. I want you to think about it. I want you to really think about this, folks. Which mothers invest the least in their children? Asian mothers, white mothers, Hispanic mothers, Arabic mothers, or black mothers? Like I said before, and I hope somebody goes tells this nigga again, you ain't coming to my panel because I know you're too damn stupid and too cowardly. And Chaos, I'm looking at you real suspect. You got a lot to explain, but you ain't gonna do it. This is how you know. Just like I try to tell them dumb bitches over there on his channel. CPS are a bunch of lazy bitches. I don't do shit. Before you even go to a call for child neglect or child abuse, the police are there first. One, to make sure the scene is rendered safe, and two, to actually investigate. Then you actually have to go to a forensic nurse, a specialized safe nurse, just like if it was a sexual child abuse. There's a specialized nurse for that. But most people don't know that because they're not in my field. But we have a bad, and I mean bad habit of challenging the experts in the field. You know why? Because a lot of niggas out there are bitch made. And I'm very prove that all the way live. You're more likely to raise your children in average poverty than any mother ever. You're the least married. So that means you only have one income, and that's if you're lucky. You're going to tell me they don't find reasons to call CPS? There's multiple fucking reasons in the black community when children are called, when CPS is called for the child's well being. How many times does a black woman get those children removed from the home? You hear cases upon cases of black women abusing their children, and they keep the children with them. Or the worst part, they'll take the child to a family member for a few months or a few weeks. She goes to a couple of bullshit classes and gets those children back unsupervised. If that was a black man, do you think that would be possible? I swear to God, some people are just too stupid to be dumb. I'm really getting pissed off with the black community on a number of things. One, stop fucking arguing with the people who've done the work in the subject matter. You sound stupid. Yes, I'm talking directly to you, Amiri. You sound stupid. Well, you don't even have black boys. Nigga, I've been helping black boys before you can even get that stud out your breath. See, the problem is I have to help a lot of black boys because of their sorry ass mothers. There's a lot of black boys who wouldn't need my help if it wasn't for their sorry ass mothers putting them in positions of faulty education, poverty, which tempts you into going to a life of crime. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about all these black mothers who encourages their sons to go out there and fucking sell dope. We don't talk about that, do we? We don't talk about how many black mothers put their sons out at 14, 15, 16, but still will catch a check and some food stamps off his ass. The facts are the facts. The fact is, black mothers are the worst fucking mothers in this country. You invest in your child the least. You don't study with them. You hardly go to any PTA meetings or any sporting events for your children. You're talking to a guy who coached wrestlers for 20 some odd years, and I can only tell you about 3 fucking parents. Majority of the time, the parents don't even interact. They'll come see the child wrestle. Every time you see single black motherhood, you see violence. You see education fall to the fucking ground. You see a large abundance of unemployment. You see a large amount of wayward young black boys. You see a heightened number of young black girls becoming hypersexualized. The facts are the facts. When do black men teach their daughters to twerk? See, I want to say this to you, Amiri. You keep saying you want the smoke, but when I'm giving you smoke, you want to pull me down off the panel and then bring me up after you finish your thought. That's a bitch move when I'm saying my thought, right? But it take a bitch to defend a bitch, right? You won't talk about this shit. You won't talk about how black women are the least likely to use contraceptives. How black men, out of any group and demographic of men, use condoms the most. Why do you think you have 1 million more kids than black men, black women? Think about it. There's more married black men than black women. So y'all don't know the first damn thing about relationships and being loyal. Let's look at another thing. Anytime you see black women, what are you going to see? Overweight, curmudgeonous, majority of the time. I remember in the 90s and the 2000s, a lot of black girls were fit. And shout out to Angry Man for pointing this out as well as I did. You used to see the one ugly. I'm back. I want you to think about this, right? Show me the greatness of this single black motherhood. Show me the valedictorians they produce. Show me the communities that children thrive. Show me the center of love that everybody talks about. Show me this vaunted fucking strength. Okay? Aren't you the bitches who threw everybody under the bus? Aren't you the only bitches in the world that says, I don't need no man? And black men said, okay, I'm going to have you stick to your words. I'm going to have you stick to your guns on that notion. Aren't you the bitches who couldn't give your pussy away to other races of men? All black men have to do is show up when it comes to other races of women. You don't even take the time to buy your children books to read. All you need to do is pull out the stat. Only 10% of your boys can read on level. But how many of you bitches constantly keep your children away from their father? Only because of bitterness. Oh, you hate black women. Okay, if that was true, then give me this one answer. Why should black men still love you? You've been toting the flag and the musket for white supremacy longer than even white people have. Why should black men trust you? You want to be the soft girl, which is not even in your fucking DNA anymore. You're a bunch of fucking unruly and rowdy men. I mean, look at bitches like Gorilla and listen how deep her voice is. Listen how manly she sounds and acts. How many of you actually support these Megan Thee Stallions, these Cardi B's with this whore culture? I mean, Freaknik's about what, 30 years old, 30 plus. Nobody put a gun to black woman's head and say, you want to go out there and twerk. You willfully did it. I really think it's a notion where you see you see the line at the end of the tunnel. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're not getting into the pearly gates. That's actually fire. But no, Stefan, you being real mean. You being real cruel. No. Why y'all deserve praise for shit that you have nothing you put into? For every black male that does well, do you know how much shit he had to fight through? Do you know a goddamn system like the one we have now that he has to go through? I want you to really think on that. Every time a black man becomes successful, it's usually not because of black women. Fucks you up, doesn't it? When do you see black men jealous of their children when they become successful? I know plenty of black mothers, when their sons pick whatever college they want, the mothers will walk out and while the cameras are rolling on that child. You're disgusting. You're the most self-centered creatures God has ever laid eyes on. And I'm here to tell you, why should any man, not just black, any man respect you? You don't even respect your children. When do you see black men allow their daughters' boyfriends to come live with them? And the daughter's only, what, 16, 17 years old in their house? See, I'm going to tell you one thing. It's very hard. It's very hard to hide who you are in your house. It's very hard. But officer, you gotta understand, we struggling. How you gonna blame a man impregnating you when you get to choose if the baby comes to fruition or not? I really think that's hard to put that on the man if the man doesn't have reproductive rights. You're the only group of fucking women that will just have babies out of fucking emotion, not thinking about the next 18 to 26 years, not thinking on how to educate this baby because you're selfish. You literally are disgusting. But yet, when you have this baby, you don't even think about the father. You don't think about having it by a great father. Any nigga will do. A homosexual, a drug dealer, a pedophile, any nigga will do. You want to talk about work? This is work, Mary. Like you, this is light work. This is disgusting, man. Every time you see a stat about black women, it's negative. And they deserve their reputation. The first chicks who talk about why people act like we're so manly, but you big up the woman king. You can't make this shit up. Yeah, you're right. They'll cry about, uh, where did all the good men go? Hold on for a second, folks. I'm back. Think about this, man. How many times have you seen black women say, I'm actually gonna invest into this man because I see something in him? You want a finished product without even putting anything in the product. I even put on my Facebook Instagram, and YouTube. If you never invested in your boys, then don't expect ends and dividends when they become men. See, y'all want to talk about all these black men are going overseas to these women's, or they dating white women, or they dating Hispanic women, but you never talk about how those women invest into those black men. You won't talk about that, will you? You don't even invest in your sons, you sorry bastards. Sorry as the day is long. Like I told Cerulean a couple of years ago, it's not even about the men they fucking, it's about the men they're birthing. But here's the crazy part, right? You want somebody to rescue you and your kids out of your poverty that you willfully put them in. You chose not to work with your men. You chose not to marry that man. You chose to get the worst fathers. When a black man holds you accountable to your shit, that's when you get upset. You chose this life. See, at least gangbangers will tell kids you should be gangbanging them books. You don't want a life like mine. Not black women. Not black women. It's disgusting. 40 years of life, and I've seen this shit over and over and over and over and over. I want you to think about that, right? Even when they are in poverty, no food to eat, you won't even give that child up to the father who's better off. Because of your fucked up pride, your fucked up sense of pride, I should say, you don't even want to admit that the guy was a better parent. You will have that child starve in poverty with you. You're the rising, growing demographic on psychotropic drugs because you can't handle the stress. What happened to all that goddamn strength? Do I think it's all mothers? No, I just think it's the majority. 80 percentile. Need to control a situation, but the more you try to control the situation, the worse it gets. But let's face dire facts. You don't love your kids. They're just dollar signs and benefits to you. You don't love them. As soon as you figured out you could get a couple of dollars from the government and from child support, That's why you see these chicks popping out babies left and right. I notice my viewership goes down when I'm telling the truth. And shout out to F Holiday for the cash app. I noticed this, right? And Mary won't talk about this shit. Too busy simping. Black women getting their children taken away from. When the fuck do you see black women get their children taken? Do you know how many cops will tell you? Will fucking tell you how much neglect that goes on in a black single mother home? Will get food stamps for the kid, but feed a nigga that ain't worth shit. But yet she'll have babies by somebody who's a dumbass, but make you want to jump through hoops for you to date her. Fuck out of here. Seriously? I don't even know why YouTube allowed this rhetoric to go on forever and a day. I don't know why. But then again, this is what you get when you got grown ass men who support black women, these so called queens who want to abort black babies, black male babies. These pandersexuals, if you will, disgust me. They're very disgusting, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All y'all do is put down black women. Tell me one stat where they actually should be put up. You have a history of betraying your men. Black men fought to free you out the Civil War. But here you come out there, ain't I, woman? Bunch of ungrateful bitches. Black men cheat. But yet I bet you 30 to 50% of you don't even know who your child's father actually is. Or no, but put the baby on another man. You'll shame a black man dating outside of his race, but you'll applaud Serena. Is she a traitor? This is disgusting. Think about it. Come to Baltimore, right? And you'll see on certain corners these squeegee boys, these squeegee workers, whatever the hell they call themselves. Why the fuck do you have guys out there working with squeegees? How many of those guys you think come from two-parent households? You just had one squeegee boy. The same day I left for Otakon, shoot and kill a white guy who was swinging a bat at him at 16 years old. And the mother was like, well, he's usually a good boy. Why the fuck is your son on this fucking corner with a squeegee? Why? You know how embarrassing that is? That means you're a sorry motherfucker. You couldn't get this boy a summer job? A part-time job? I swear to God. The only thing that a single black mother seems to create consistently are inadequate boys and hyper promiscuous girls. And this is not coming out of a place of hatred. This is coming from a place of observation. You create boys who can't even fucking function and compete against other races of men. But you niggas like Mary Chaos and D. Durrell and all these other Derek Jackson motherfuckers, y'all act like y'all don't even live in the same black fucking community. It's a community of advent failure. Nothing to be fucking proud of. You wonder why? Well, nobody trying to marry black men. I wonder why. You're all obese. Majority of black women nowadays, gone are the 2000s and gone are the 90s when y'all look like women. Now y'all look like football players. Where those ratchet bitches now? Half of the time in the black community, you're a little kid. Most of your parents didn't take you to school. You grew up in fucking neighborhoods that could be considered war zones. Yep, linebackers and bonnets. Well, then again, linebackers tend to be very muscular. Those are more like defensive, defensive tackles, nose tackles. Old big, you little big Vince Wilfork built bitches. You are so desperate of a group of women that you allow transgender fucking people to speak for you on your behalf. That's pathetic. To allow that hope, quotation marks, bitch, to get up on a panel to talk about the gender war shows you how much of a joke that you are. It shows you you're not to be taken seriously. Yeah, C-Dub even got a bonnet emoji. It's a damn shame. I went to my son's, you know, back to school, parent teacher, meeting, and they had to have a sign posted everywhere. No do-rags, no hats, no bonnets. I'm gonna ask all the fellas in here and all the ladies, but I'm gonna direct this straight to you, Mary. Offensive and defensive, baby. They play both sides of the field. I'm gonna ask this one question, right? I want y'all to listen very closely to this one question. When do you see black men at their son's high school graduation twerking? When do you see that? All you gotta do is run off that bitch's hip, and you're gonna get about 10 yards to carry. Bitch is so big, your quarterback will never get sacked. Them bitches so big, your quarterback will have enough time to read War and Peace. But yet, we see constant videos of chicks going to restaurants, black chicks, twerking on the tables, twerking at your son's graduation. You're so selfish and inconsiderate that you'll actually fuck around and twerk at his high school graduation, and for the rest of his life, he is going to be teased about that shit. You don't give a fuck. Is William Perry Stacey Abrams' dad, or was it Gilbert Brown? I mean, I'll tell you this, man. Stacey Abrams is not running for any fucking office in government. She's trying to get elected. I doubt that she actually runs. Shout out to D-Rock Den for the cash app. Putting in, just like F Holiday, putting in for the cigar and cognac, pantry. Look like Haloti Nada, only darker. Mm. But yet, I'm wrong for noticing this shit, not only as a black boy who turned into a black man, who's also a United States soldier, but also been a police officer for more than a decade, more than almost two. I'm wrong for seeing what the fuck my eyes and ears and my plain senses tell me. It seems like your boys are becoming less and less educated. You'll invest more into your fucking hair and his shoes and clothes than his education. You'll put more money in his AAU basketball than getting him a tutor. You'll buy him a PlayStation 5 and he's failing English. You will allow your son at 16 to quit high school instead of being 10 toes down and actually bearing harder on his ass to finish and getting a proper education through college and trade. You will tell your son not to go to the military because it's dangerous, but you got him living up there in fucking Latrobe Projects. Can't make this shit up. You got this nigga living on Pennsylvania Avenue, and you talking about if he goes to war, it's gonna be dangerous. Bitch, you birthed him on the battlefield. Little motherfuckers like Conan. He was born on the battlefield. You're right. Blood boiling. Won't even encourage him to take a goddamn GED exam. Most of them won't even take their kids and meet their teachers. I made sure this year that every teacher that I found gets my cell phone number, and I get theirs. There's after school programs that want me to teach wrestling to young black boys. But a nigga like a Murray, oh, you would look down on young black men. Nigga, do you know how many fucking organizations thank me for looking out for young black men, mentoring, coaching? I'm literally the fucking Mr. Miyagi to multiple generations of black men. You can't compare to me. See, the funniest part about this is that Negroes like you want to play dumb. You want to act like, oh, black women been doing this all by themselves. No, the fuck they haven't. If black women are so great, why are you the fastest growing minority, the fastest growing demographic that's becoming homeless with your goddamn children? Because you thought the carousel ride of benefits from the government was going to last forever. Facts are the facts. Nothing lasts forever. And even if it did, why would they last for you? You don't talk about that one, do you, Mary? Be having your kids out there squeegeeing, begging for money because you too damn lazy to fucking work. Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Shit. Hey, here it is, right? A person who don't even agree with me even said that was some ambush bullshit. That was some pussy shit, wasn't it? That was some pussy shit. He didn't want to debate because he couldn't. You want to pull one article out your ass when I could pull several stats out of mine. Then you're going to have some chick try to threaten me with her so-called FBI brother. Okay, bring him. You'll be missing his ass. You really think I'm scared of the FBI brother? I'm not scared of paper pushers, okay? Let's get that shit straight. Shout out to JC the Conqueror. Woo! He even said, both my son and daughter will be hitting to military or college. It's kind of hard to debate somebody when they actually pull you down and then try to read an article every time you make a point. It's kind of hard to debate people. See, let's talk about how motherfuckers like a Mary is so much of a patriarch, but your fucking daughter can have a child out of wedlock. Oh, you that much of a patriarch, right? You didn't introduce her to no young man. You didn't force her to get married. That's what patriarchs do. Like I keep telling you, they think the manosphere, we hate women, we put women in trouble. And you should listen. You should have seen that whole crowd last night. Oh, I bet you he beat women. Nah, I made a career out of saving black women for their stupid ass decisions. That's what. But yet he wanted to cry about when I told him, "Why you support a chick who talked about aborting young black male babies?" Well, you probably look down on black men. And then I said, you know what? You really don't know who the fuck I am. I've spent more helping people that are young black men than he can ever dream. But once again, if this nigga was so great, help yourself. I do want to ask him. Look at the women in your chat. Would you want your sons to marry or date them? But the crowd goes silent, right? See, men like that, you're right. They talk a good game, but they don't look to the fucking future. They'll say a lot of bullshit, right? They don't even want to build better boys or let their fucking sons be on a fucking island. Let me see. Black Adam. I'll do a review on it when it comes out.
Huh?
I'll do a review on it. Like I said, I mean, I look at it, right? How many times you see in the black community, you see actual child support money invested in a child? Oh, yeah, by the way, this is my dad, everybody. Say hello.
Hello.
And how old are you?
65.
65. I got to ask you a question. What's your thoughts about child support? Does it actually help the children? Or was it just made to spite men?
Spike black men.
So you found out how many white dudes were fucking deadbeats. Matter of fact, you found out how many white women were deadbeat parents. And you know what we found out when we did the statistics about child support? Guess who pays the least?
Why?
Black women. As soon as they ordered, like you got, like, you know, my boy Terrell, who was a lieutenant, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got full custody of all three of his kids when he divorced his wife. She was ordered to pay child support. Haven't paid a goddamn Mexican peso. He's went up there to file contempt of court. Guess what the court system did? Well, we're gonna try again. We're gonna try mediation. What do you think would happen to him if it was his black ass? He would be locked underneath the jail. Yeah. It's disgusting. Yeah, women think when you take them to court for something, I don't have to pay. But people will tell you, sit down. Oh, well, if you fight for your kids, nigga, you know goddamn well they're going to give you a hard way to go and an easy way to get there if you try to get your kids. I've literally seen the courts. You know, Dad, I've actually seen the courts give children back to a junkie mother, and she only went through a month of classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They don't want to take care. So
I'm just like, wait a minute. How? It took 3 times to permanently take the kids away from them. 3 times. 3 times. And that's when you just notice this shit's a joke. This shit is a joke. Yet, you're being pressured to work so hard for the woman and the children, but nobody wants to thank you for putting in all that work. I'm just, I'm kind of confused on that, man. Hey, what's up, Dr. Dunbar? I'm so confused on it, right? Look at single motherhood. How many Dr. Dunbars are we producing? Please, like, what? You never used to see squeegee boys out there and shit. Like, how much effort do you think it takes to create a Dr. Dunbar? In pharmacology of all fields, Jesus Christ. Tip my hat off to you, because not only you got to deal with chemistry, but also the amounts you're giving out. Bad boy. But are we producing a lot of Dr. Dunbars? Or we're producing failure? I really think this is something that needs to be talked about later. Yeah. We're going to go on this trip. I'm going to hit you up, people, later. Oh, peace.